This is a review of Whitesnake's new album called Flesh and Blood. I like David Coverdale as a singer, although his latest work isn't that good because he's getting really old and he sings in this really weird way, and it's not something that I want to actually listen to, but I respect that he's still into music and that he's doing stuff. He's a really cool elderly gentleman. I believe that the players in Whitesnake are top-notch and they're sort of industry leaders when it comes to their talent, when it comes to their playing, when it comes to their instrument, that they're master craftsmen, so to speak. Reb Beach and Joel, I have no idea how to say his last name, Hoekestra, sorry. They're just freaking amazing guitar players. I loved a whole bunch of their work. I've listened to Reb Beach's career throughout the years, and I found some songs that he was responsible for that kind of really resonate with me on certain levels. Michael Devin on bass, the guy is like really rock solid. I don't even have to talk about Tommy Aldridge, an infinite pool of talent. Like with every decade he just gets like a new line right about here, and then that's it. The guy doesn't age. His playing never kind of fades with the years. He's just always on the same level, and that level is really amazing. And their keyboard player, I think his name is Loopy, he's actually quite good. I enjoy what he actually contributed to the band. I believe that his role is quite big in these last tours and this album. I'm really glad for the guy that he managed to make a name for himself. But yeah, definitely go ahead and check him out because he knows his shit. So it's no secret that David Coverdale always kind of surrounds himself with really good musicians and kind of sucks out a little bit of everyone, and that's how he makes albums, and that's a great thing. Reb Beach has really stepped it up in the last almost 2 decades, and he's been really creative, and he's been co-writing stuff with David. I wonder actually how much stuff did David co-wrote, because these songs sound really Reb Beachy to me, if you know what I mean. So he basically produced or co-produced the album. I kind of doubt that David is really into Pro Tools and stuff and editing, but yeah, I went ahead and checked, and I believe that he's been in the band for like 17 years without any breaks. I believe that makes him probably the guy who spent the most years in Whitesnake, even more than Tommy Aldridge, which is kind of crazy because all these like famous guys, for example, Vandenberg or Sykes or even Doug Aldrich, have spent a decent amount of time in Whitesnake, but none of them even came close to 17 years. So Reb basically became, the creative leader, although, the label says Coverdale, so. But that's a really cool position to be in. The album seems very decently produced. It's actually kind of too modern for my taste. I would like it to be a little bit more loose, a little bit more airy. The compression is really there. I guess that's okay. It's probably what people expect these days, but I would actually want it to be a little bit more Kansas-like, so to speak. The truth is that musically these songs are actually quite good. They're not that easy to remember because they're not catchy, but nonetheless the musicians did a great job and I have nothing against them. I like, the big blues influence that exists in this band. I like the really shreddery type of stuff that, Reb is really famous for, but Joel is actually really up there with Reb. I just think that, the lyrics here are not that good, and that's why I don't like Whitesnake. I would like for Whitesnake to actually write better songs that are not about women. I understand that it's kind of escapism, but I'm just not into that. And on top of that, I actually believe that it's quite distasteful for, a 70-year-old man who is a grandfather to kind of sing, "Baby, shut up and kiss me," to be like horny when he like drinks tea. I know he does. So yeah, I don't really appreciate that, but what can you do? He plays this role of a, gigolo, whatever. And yeah, a whole bunch of these songs are kind of tongue-in-cheek, made for their fans. I actually like, the haziness of this album. It kind of reminds me of Dawkins' album called Hell to Pay, which also kind of has that hazy vibe that this album possesses. I don't like the banal lyrics, and that's why this album got 21 out of 100. Coverdale's voice actually isn't up to par in this album, and it's actually good that he has all of these great singers around him in the band, especially Reb Beach. Rainbow in the Rose. Did anybody ever listen to this song where Reb kind of sings as the backing vocals and then plays this solo over it? That's just crazy. Definitely listen to that song. It's a really cool song. Anyway, the best song on this album is, I believe, Always and Forever. I would definitely recommend that you listen to this song. And another cool song is called After All, and it's a really cool acoustic, clean kind of a song. The lyrics are quite poppy, quite catchy, and definitely listen to that song. The solos in the songs and, you know, these really cool playing instrumental parts are predictably awesome. It's just that, you know, amidst of all of this material, which is kind of, you know, the lyrics are banal, the voice actually isn't there, it kind of loses its meaning. Like the song Hey You has a really crazy solo. Unlike some other songs on this album, Always and Forever is quite catchy, and I believe it features the best solo on this whole album. In the song When I Think of You, Color Me Blue, you can hear David's voice and his gasping. It's not even sighing, it's gasping. It's just a really weird production element that was left in the album. I don't know what to think of it. It's not that I mind it, but I just don't like it. Not really a fan of these, like, you know, stupid rockers or, you know, songs that sound like Skid Row B-sides from the 80s. I believe this band is capable of so much more. Sadly, I believe that their audience isn't. So yeah, but I would definitely go ahead and check out every single one of these players from this band and follow them, see what they're doing, support them, because I believe they have much more tricks up their sleeves. Please subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos coming that you might enjoy. And on top of that, look at my Music is Your Friend Instruments Division videos, because there's a lot of things coming there as well. And you might find something you like if you're a player. Boo!